I posted a home, it's for sale. I was trying to help another friend that was selling a home, just asked me to post it. And I did. And then someone reached out to me, was like, oh, I love this home. I love the location. We actually never went to see the house, but 2 weeks later, they were pre-approved and we're looking for homes. They loved the home, but they needed to sell their home too. So I helped them buy a house in contingency of them selling their home. So it was like,
EXP is where it's at. If you want to be established in the Wolfpack, yeah. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Wolfpack Chat. I'm your host, Laressa, and in this episode, we have a rising superstar from the Wolfpack here with us today who has been absolutely crushing it in the real estate scene out of the gate as a brand new part-time real estate agent. She started in real estate 6 months ago, and from what I know, she's closed 5 deals through social media, Instagram, Facebook, accruing $90,000 in GCI, thus capping in 4 months on the road to icon status, while also having a full-time position as a senior program manager at a consulting firm. So you know this woman is all business. She doesn't mess around, and I'm so excited to have her here with us today so she can share her success, her tips, her secrets, and strategies as to what has helped her launch her real estate career and everything in between. So without further ado, located in Kirkland, Washington, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Wolfpack Chat, Amanda Aguiar.
oh, thank you so much for having me here. I am so excited to meet you and talk more. And then, everybody else that are following you and can get to hear a little bit more about my story. This team is amazing. So happy to connect.
Well, thank you so much, Amanda, for being here, because I know you're busy. You're living that dual life right now. So she's actually in between jobs, and she was just in a meeting, and now she's on this call with us. So thank you for your time today, because I know you're busy. So let's dive right into this. For those who don't know who you are, can you give us the quick evolution of the Amanda we see here today, starting with how you got into the real estate industry?
Absolutely. I used to say, even though I've been, I feel like we are always selling something, right? It doesn't matter if it's an actual product, but if it's your services and things like that. But the word sales actually always scared me. So thinking of real estate for many years, I thought it was just like, it's an area that I never saw myself being into. So I do need to give credit to a friend of mine. I have a lot of friends, but one specifically that has been in real estate for a long time, saw beyond myself. So he's been, chatting with me for a couple of years and really, incentivizing me to even give it the thought of becoming a real estate agent. So it took me 2 years. I didn't take this lightly. And I decided to take the class and do the course. And I feel like as I was getting close to the end, the excitement was just kind of rising. And then I was like, okay, let's put a plan. So I still, as you shared, doing my full-time job on the IT industry. And I was not quite ready to just kind of go 100% jump in. I'm a little bit more sometimes on the careful side. So I just wanted to see if actually I was going to like to be a real estate agent. And I love it. So I am walking through my plans to exit, my full-time job because I want to do real estate full-time.
Well, that's so exciting. So how long did it take you to get your real estate license then?
It took me, I would say 6 months because I started taking the classes. I crashed my 60 hours first. And then I thought that maybe I had that maybe question like, okay, maybe I need to go look for a job in my industry. So I took a pause and I went and started interviewing. And as I was doing that, I was just kind of like, I'm the type of person, if I start something, I need to finish, even if I'm not going to do anything with it. So I went back and I said, I pay for this. I need to finish and get certified, even if I'm not going to use it. And, but, as I said, like, that's why when I was getting close to it and I'm like, I think I actually want to do this. I'm not even just trying to finish the course. I think I actually want to give it a try. And it's been such an amazing experience so far.
So is eXp Realty your first brokerage then?
Yeah, again, through that one friend that introduced me to real estate, as far as, really getting me involved. He had just recently joined eXp. And I'm a firm believer, that if I have people that I trust in my life, and if they're already doing well, because obviously we are all watching everybody else, right? So I had no doubt, about joining EXP. I did not do research, as I know a lot of people will do. I joined because I knew someone was there and was being successful. And I say, I want that too. But little did I know what I was getting myself into, which has been like beyond anything I could ask for.
That's amazing. So, what was your initial reaction of seeing the Wolfpack in its entirety? Because we're a pretty big organization and we don't really mess around. So,
I know. I mean, what makes so unique for me is that we are so big, yet we are so small in a way of the way we connect with each other, the consistency. I mean, I am a forever learner. So the mastermind calls are like my highlight of the week. I'll cancel anything to be on those calls because I feel like it's beyond just even growing your real estate business. It's growing yourself as a business owner. And that for me is so valuable. And I feel like, from day one, I've been drinking from the fire hose and, taking advantage of everything that we have because it's so much, it's so rich. I feel sometimes I don't even tap in all that just EXP as a company has to offer just because of what Wolfpack has, to support its agents.
amazing. So, for yourself, you're in a pretty unique situation where EXP is your first brokerage. So, A plus for that. And then you're in the Wolfpack, so A plus plus for that. So,
Yeah.
what did the first 30 days of being in real estate look like for you? So, how did you start? Where did you start with?
Yeah. Well, so, thankfully I have a good sponsor friend, and, he said, what are your goals? So first we started just like with my year goal, like if you sold X amount, or if you sold this many houses, would you be happy, right? Or that you feel like that was a fulfilling year, your first year. So we started with that, and then we kind of, trickle down, like, what are you going to do in the next 30 days that you can be consistent with your schedule? So my first 30 days was focused in two areas. One was to ensure everybody that I know knew that I'm a real estate agent. And then two, I always like, to be on social media, not videos. I love posting pictures and things like that. It was to kind of start figuring it out how I wanted to either transition my current accounts into letting people know that I was in real estate, or if I was going to create a brand new account. So I decided just to keep my existing account, and I just overflow my friends at the time with just daily information about real estate and lots of funny reels just to get people laughing and whatnot. So yeah, but I literally went on my contact list, and I did combinations of just kind of creating little flyers on Canva. I love Canva. And or creating just short videos and then just sending text messages, or a few people that, that if they reply to me, I'll give them a call and just talk a little bit more because, frankly, I had people on my phone that I didn't even know where I met them. So when they would reply, I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I don't even remember this person because there's no picture. So it was just a way to reconnect with, old friends. And yes, there were people that never replied to my text, but there was people that did, and, and just showed their support. And that's all that I needed.
So did you put these people into like a database, like our CRM, like KV Core, or did you just kind of just follow along with whoever replied back to you?
At the time, KV Core is still like, even to me now, like I feel like it's a powerful tool that I'm slightly tapping on it. And yeah, a lot has been, I literally bought myself a calendar and to-do list because between my two jobs, I needed everything in one place. And my calendars actually don't automatically just, merge. So I kind of went old school a little bit just to kind of get my thoughts organized of like how many, contacts I wanted to do every day. And if I checked them off, who I needed to follow up. So I started a little bit on the manual side. And then now that I'm kind of starting to organize myself inside, KV Core, because I know it's an amazing platform. So I cannot teach on that yet. I'm not, I'm on the baby stage with that. But yeah, I just, I consider myself a little very organized. So that's kind of how it helped me, just kind of, because follow-up is everything, right? And I just don't want to just to put a note, say I'm a real estate agent, and then just never talk to that person about anything else. I always need to still be personable. That's relationship.
Right. So because you are with the Wolfpack, did you go through Mike Sherrod's Social Agent Academy in regards to his Instagram course and his YouTube courses, or?
I actually did the YouTube. I probably should still do the Instagram, because that was the one area that I felt like I had like not even clue how to get started with my YouTube page. And that's been so nice. My YouTube page is definitely more focused on just, buyers and sellers. I'll say even more, sometimes a little more heavily on the buyer side. Just focusing a little bit in the area where I live right now, and then eventually kind of expanding in other towns around me. Just a few people to know, where's the best coffee shops and restaurants and things like that. So that has been a little bit of my focus with my YouTube page. Maybe one day I'll get kind of around the agent attraction. My time is not there yet, but it's on my to-do list.
For sure. I mean, you're just starting, 6 months in. It's incredible. So the majority of your deals you've gotten from social media. So is there a specific type of content that has gotten you lots of engagement that people are like, I want to reach out to Amanda. I want her to be my agent?
Yeah, it's so interesting. I put a lot of tips, and I feel like almost sometimes it kind of gets more heavier side on the buyer and type of content. But what I noticed, almost 100% of my deals came from actually being in an open house, or if I did a tour in a house and I put the pictures of the homes, and people, it's just like when I put a text, learn more, here's things that you should not do or you should do. I still get some comments here and there, but what I feel like it captured the most attention and conversations is when I put videos either on my stories or posts of homes that are for sale. It can be from homes within my own team in here locally that I went and saw, or that I reach out to the other agents. And yeah, I did a tour yesterday with a client, and I post, hey, I'm here visiting this home. And then I put, some pictures and videos of the inside. I had 4 different people reach out to me. How much is this place? So maybe they're not going to buy that, but that's a conversation that I'm like, oh, if they're asking me, they're interested. I would have never know, maybe direct, unless they reach out to me directly, that they were interested in possibly buying a house. Now I have 4 people that I am going to be following up and trying to understand where they at. And that was just, one simple story post that you think you're just sharing, with others what you're up to. But I feel like actually showing homes, because people will, it's a mindset thing. They look at that picture or that video, they imagine themselves in that, and that creates, maybe an action in them that maybe they didn't have. And that was one, actually, if I can share a quick example of like one client that became 2 deals, was exactly that. I posted a home, it's for sale. I was trying to help another friend that was selling a home, just asked me to post it. And I did. And then someone reached out to me, was like, oh, I love this home. I love the location. We actually never went to see the house, but 2 weeks later, they were pre-approved and we're looking for homes. They loved the home, but they needed to sell their home too. So I helped them buy a house in contingency of them selling their home. So it was like, with one post, I got 2 deals, obviously from the same client, but it's just like, you never know. So today, as I'm thinking more, even though I still, post a lot of tips and, information, but what I'm getting the most, conversion, it is actually showing pictures or videos of homes that I'm touring or that I did an open house.
I think that's really important, because I think in terms of the audience and viewers, they like to see what agents are up to, what they're doing, what houses that they're looking at. And even social media in general, it's such a powerful tool because it's a way for you to to seed yourself so people
Yeah.
can, like, they know what you're up to and they know what you're doing, right? So in regards to people reaching out to you, are they sending you direct messages on Instagram and then you're kind of like converting them that way? So what's
Yeah,
your process with
mostly
that?
has been private messages. I feel like not a ton of like, reach out to me on actual comments. I don't know if people don't want other people to know that they're looking for homes. I don't know what the reason is, but most of them reaching out to me or a conversation started, it has been through just kind of like private messages and whatnot.
I wanted to, going back to what I said,
Yeah.
in regards to posting, like, you being at a house, even though it's not that specific home, but it's a way to start that conversation, especially in regards to that one lead that came to you and ended up
Yeah,
doing two sales. That's
exactly.
incredible. Just through
Exactly.
social media and just normally going about your day and just showing people what you're doing. I think that's really important. And then in regards to Instagram, it's really also important to show that relatability and showing your face, because then your audience feels comfortable. They feel like they already know you and they feel like you're already knowledgeable in what you do, despite you being new in this industry, right? Because they're seeing you do the job, the day in the life of a realtor. So that's great and amazing.
You touch a great point because, like even sometimes we have conversations with other agents that they will just even do just a video of a home. I tell them like my face is always going to be there. Even if I'm showing like in the beginning or in the end, my face is going to be there. I don't want to just show a home. They need to know who they need to talk to, and it's me. So, so I always
Yes.
make sure my face is there.
That is really important. I see a lot of agents, specifically on YouTube, who do home tours, but they're not in the video. Like, you have to show your face. People need to know that
Yeah.
you are the agent that they have to reach out to. So I think in regards to the Wolfpack, we're very good at making sure that people know that we are the agent for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, since that you are still working in your full-time job, how are you able to, to balance both while still, again, being new in this industry and still learning? Because I mean, there's so much to learn in regards to real estate. So
Oh
how are
my
you
gosh.
balancing the two? So what do your days look like?
Some days are very crazy. Like I try to wake up early, like, between, I'll say 5 a.m. and get my workout done in the morning. That will be like my typical, more efficient day because I feel like I get my energy and then I, get my day going. Um, with my current job today, like most of my meetings are in the morning. So my afternoon is a little bit more flexible. And I'm in a point that, it's not even how much hours I put in, it's more, is my work getting done? So I think that kind of helps me. And as I said, like, I try to be very, even like, today we're having a meeting. So all my calendars is showing, it doesn't matter which work I'm doing, but, we have that meeting set up. So it is a lot of planning for sure, for me to be able to do that. I try to do, my content as much as I can, already typing, 3, 4 or more already. So I have it, when I actually sit down to do a video, I can do some batching because that has been the most efficient way of my time. There have been weeks, obviously, that I've been super busy when you're showing houses after work for clients, doing open houses on the weekend, that I'm doing content on the day of. And those are the worst days because it's so stressful. So, being organized with my time and batching content and for the week has been like the best way. So if anything last minute, if a client comes and say, hey, I want to go see this home, I have that opportunity to go and not feel like stressed that, oh, that was my time I was going to do that video, or something like that. I think it's just being respectful to your time as well. I think it's something that I feel like you need, as a new agent, you need to learn from the beginning that yes, you want to make money and yes, you want to help your clients, but you need to be communicating to them your availabilities and whatnot, so that also they don't feel like they can call you 6 a.m. or 10 p.m. and then just feel like, you're their assistant, 24 hours, which is not the case. So
For sure, it's important to have structure because I mean, you can't be working 24 hours a day. You gotta make time for other things, right?
yeah, yeah,
So you started officially in real estate April of this year, right?
yeah.
And so you, I think, because I watched your interview with Mike Sherrard too, and I think you said you wanted to maintain both real estate and working your full time job for the year, right? And
Yeah,
then see
yeah.
what happens from there. So, what are your plans in regards to that?
Like that was my initial plan as far as just like, I wanted to make my decision then, right? if I knew I wanted to go full time with real estate. Well, probably for a few months. And today I do know that I do want to do that. I feel like I am definitely closer to my yearly goal already, with, how the business has launched. So hopefully I won't have to wait for a full year to make my full transition. But if I have to wait, it's fine. Like, this is what you have to do, because I want to make sure, like, I feel, comfortable. And obviously I have a lot of people telling me like, hey, you're already doing great, just jump head on, right? But that's a little bit about me. And I need to do this in steps. I just feel like I have a lot of different things that I'm responsible for, and with family and other things. So I just need to balance it out. So I feel like 100%, this is, the next step that I'm doing. Not that I don't think I would still want to do real estate. I feel like that's like 100%. It's just making sure everything's organized in my life to make that full transition.
And that's the most important thing, because I mean, if anything, your timing best, right? So you know what you need to do before you make that jump. And of course, for you starting in real estate, to be in this company as brand new part-time, and you're basically doing the production as if somebody was doing real estate full-time already, which is insane. So I wanted to ask you this question. What advice do you have to agents who want to pursue real estate as a career but are also in a full-time job right now?
I think it's totally possible. I mean, like, obviously everybody will have a different start, right? I know, I don't know if I consider myself blessed in how things has been, but I have been putting the time for it, right? I mean, I almost work 2 full-time jobs right now because I do put a lot of hours of real estate every day. But I think it's totally doable. Someone doesn't have to start full force. I feel like if you have 2 to 3 hours every day that you can dedicate to another job that can change your life, I mean, I feel everybody should be jumping on it. Obviously, I feel like, real estate, it's not for everybody. But I think there is something there, there's an opportunity for anyone to try, because you learn about yourself so much, just how you communicate with people and how you engage, and just about organizing your time. I feel like, there's opportunity for you to reach out to others. We all know people. There's always someone wanting to buy or sell. It doesn't matter how the market is and what TV or news are saying. Life is happening to everybody, and it's making changes, and you can be there to support someone along the way. So I would say, don't be scared. It can be such a life-changing for the low money that you have to kind of put up front to start this gigantic business that can be. It's like today I'm saying this with the knowledge of today. So maybe it was not a lot of the mindset I had before, but if you ever thought of starting your own business, this is probably one of the cheapest way to start your own business, to where it can take you to places that in other business could take years, if ever, even can match to what real estate can do, especially with EXP and all the different, ways that it helps you, with that generation, wealth and trend. I mean, this company is like more than I could have asked for. So I'm very glad I'm here.
Yes, I just wanted to piggyback off of that too, in regards to, part-time agents. We have a lot of them in the Wolfpack. And I think, honestly, for EXP, this is the best place to start out as part-time, because you're not tied down to a physical location. We are a cloud-based brokerage. And for those who are in the States, it's $85 a month. I mean,
it's cheaper
what's
than
the harm?
going to the gym.
Yeah. That's crazy. So a kind of follow-up question to this. So in regards to real estate, what is something that you know now that you wish you knew back then?
Just being patient, because there's a lot of information to learn. And, and I guess the most important, honestly, it's the team that you work with. Because even just what I say that I learned on my 90 hours of training, that is what it's required here in the US. I don't know if I can say that that's enough for me to go do my job. Everything that I learned to what I'm doing today, it's by going through the trainings, it's by copying what other people are sharing. And this is like something that I feel like it's phenomenal and fantastic about this team, is that nobody feels like I need to hide my secret. There's nothing like that. It's like whatever I'm doing, I'm going to share, because the thing is, I can share to 100 people. Maybe 2 of them actually is going to do it. When people actually hear the sacrifice that it takes, not everybody's willing to do. So I feel like, there's nothing to hide. When someone wants to work with you, they're going to choose you, so it doesn't matter. So I'm all about sharing, whatever is working for me. But I think I would be lying if I say that I came up with all these ideas, because it's not mine. I'm just following the process that we learn at the Wolfpack. That's all.
Mm-hmm. R&D, rip off and duplicate. It's what we do best.
Yes, yes, yes.
So another question here for you. So in regards to real estate, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or so?
Wow. I have big goals.
I know.
So, I've been always, managing and supporting teams and whatnot. So I definitely, want to invest in other real estate agents and support them, in their career. So definitely locally, I love that the company, it's like, internationally, I have connections, all over the world. I love to travel or just family and friends and whatnot. So I definitely want to take, myself into, an international team and supporting them wherever they at. And personally, I see real estate also for me as I want to become like a property, investor. So my goal in the next couple of years, probably in 5 years, is to have like at least, a half a dozen of, rentals around, right now I'm thinking within the state that I live, but who knows, right? If you find a good opportunity, it can be somewhere else, maybe Alberta, Canada.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, so that's what I see myself in the next 5 years. It's growing my team, and reinvesting into real estate as far as for my personal and having property management. Not that I want to become a property management, that's renters and doing that, it's not the area that I want to focus, but I just want to have properties and then hire someone in the Wolfpack that does property management.
Yes, it's all about leverage, right?
100%.
For sure. That's amazing to hear. And I'm sure you'll get to those goals quite fast, maybe faster than you imagine, because you've capped in 4 months, so we don't know. The opportunities are all there for you. So
absolutely.
Before we round off this episode, do you want to plug where people can find you online?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say the first platform that I am more active, that I'll say on a daily basis, it is my Instagram, which is at Amanda Aguiar Official. And I do have my Facebook page that I created recently on the actual, just the same information that kind of goes from my Instagram goes there. But I was, again, as I said, Instagram, it's where I'm spending more on my time. I'm in the baby phases with TikTok. I don't know if I'm going to put a lot of energy there or not. And then also I have my YouTube page. As I shared a little bit earlier, it's just Amanda Aguiar with Seattle Real Estate. So just kind of sharing what's going on in my town and just providing fun facts and ideas of how you can explore if you're deciding to move to Kirkland or Seattle. So those are kind of the areas that I've been focusing a lot more as far as social media goes, will be YouTube and Instagram.
Perfect. So I will be sure to link all of Amanda's socials in the description box below. So be sure to check it out and give her a follow. So now, Amanda, we are moving on to our random fire question round.
Whoa,
are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay. First question. When you are not with your family or working, what do you like to do for fun?
Well, so here in Seattle, if it's summertime, because we have a very short one, I would like to be near by the water somewhere. If it's paddleboarding or just sitting on the beach or something, I love water. So that would be something. And then on the winter time, I would say, a fireplace with some good wine. You might be seeing me there trying to just relax.
I love that. What is your favorite holiday?
My birthday? I'm kidding. That's not a
No,
holiday.
that is a
Christmas.
holiday.
Christmas is my favorite holiday.
Awesome. Next question. What is your favorite dessert?
That's a good question. I am not into a lot of sweets, but I would say bread pudding with vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
really have to go there. So that would
Okay,
be.
good to know. So, judging from your Instagram, I know you love to travel. So, where do you want to go next?
So I'm from Brazil, so I haven't been in Brazil in almost 5 years. So next, that's on my list. But for countries that I have not been yet, Portugal and Turkey, I think that's going to be my next one for 2023.
Awesome. So, what has been your favorite vacation destination so far then?
I love Paris. It's like, not that I feel like I'll ever live there, but there's something about that city
Hmm.
and that I love so much. So every time I go to Europe, even if it's for a day, I kind of try to make my way there. So I will say, for all the places I've been, it's definitely it has my heart.
It must be a magical place. I've
It
never
is
been
so
yet,
magic.
so
I cried when I saw the Eiffel Tower. That's
oh
just how
my
magical it
gosh.
was.
I want to go so bad.
Let's plan it.
Yes, for sure. Next question. Are you a sweet or savory kind of person?
Savory all the way.
Nice. Nice. What genre of music do you like to listen to?
Pop music.
Any favorite artists you're currently listening to right now?
Um, Not really. I just usually kind of like whatever, the top. I mean, I feel like if I need to pick, I know this is gonna sound very cheesy because it was not an artist that I used to listen to before, but it grown on me. So Justin Bieber will be.
Oh, I literally had that thought in my head. I was like, maybe she listens to Justin Bieber. He's got some good music out nowadays, so
I know it does.
yes. Okay, last question I have here for you. Let's say one day that I come to visit you in Washington. How would you plan our day? Where would we go?
Oh my gosh, we'll have so much fun. Well, we can do things like going to the Space Needle where you can, have the beautiful view of Seattle, and we have our waterfront. Definitely do some walks in there and just, get to sit in a nice restaurant by the water. And then there's a small town in here called Woodinville where it's kind of like our wine country here in
Mm,
Seattle area. And if you like wine, I feel like you would have a blast in there. We can do some wine hopping places in there. So it's, some live music at night. So we would have a lot of fun. And I hope that actually does happen.
yes, that sounds like a plan, Amanda.
Okay. I'm ready.
Amazing. I know you are. You're always ready. All right, friends, there you have it. This was Amanda Aguiar and Laressa coming at you from the Wolfpack Chat. Amanda, thank you so much for being here today. I had so much fun with you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was my pleasure.
Of course. So, for those who are still here, please comment down below #AgentWolfpack so we know that you guys are the real ones and that you stayed till the end. As always, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode of the Wolfpack Chat. And until next time, we will see you all next time. Bye, friends.
Bye.
Wolfpack.
Yay.
Where you at? Come through. EXP is where it's at. If you wanna be a savage, join the wolf pack. EXP is where it's at. If you wanna be a savage, join the wolf pack. But EXP is where it's at.